Hello, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening. Whoever and wherever you are, hello to you. I find myself at Pitstone Windmill. I've been past there a few times before, but I've never actually realised how historical this is. And according to the little plaque over there, this is believed to be the oldest windmill in the British Isles and bears the date of 1627. And, it's an old windmill, to say the least. There's another one closer to home. I very much doubt it's going to be as old as that, but who knows? History, eh? Hell of a thing. I think around this time last year actually as well, Royal Jordanian was just giving his impressions on one of the Duke bikes. Oh, Scout Bobber, isn't it? Beautiful bike, that one. Oh, we've got another bike. Two. Honda Rebel. Alright, I ain't waiting for you guys. And so 'tis the season where the sun shines. The chilly air finally buggers off, and all that we're left with is a nippy morning such as today. My clock's wrong, but it's currently 24 minutes past 8 in the morning. And for me, there's no better time to ride than pretty much bang early. The earlier the better. And then you've got all day to do what you want, make your videos, prat about, do the jobs around the house, whatever you need to do. Main important thing is, first thing in the morning, get up, you wake up, have your cup of joe or whatever your morning routine is, and then just start getting prepared on the bike and then smash the roads. In a respectable manner, of course. We are safe riders here, and that's the way we shall keep it. Now, let's talk riding, shall we? I know I often go off on a tangent or whatever that is motorcycle related, but today we're going to make an effort to make a video that's actually about motorcycling. I know, right? Amazing. So, is there any area of your country, of your town, your city, your state, whatever, that you will not ride, and you are adamant not to ride? Maybe you have done once or twice on exception and such, but you just take every precaution necessary not to do so. For me, that is areas like London, or London specifically. Now, I have rode into London to go to the Docklands and into Brent Cross once. Now, for me, for lack of a better term, London is just an absolute cesspool when it comes to traffic. And I know there's some beautiful areas of London. I know there's some nice bits here and there. And, you know, everyone's got their own favourite routes of riding and such like that. And there are parks. But for me, it's just the grand scheme of things. London is just such a polluted, concrete piece of crap. And I mean that in the nicest way possible, if you can derive any kind of niceness from that. But, how can I go into that? For me, ULEZ is one thing which I find absolutely... Well, it's a kind of a requirement to improve the general city anyway. But the way they're going about implementing it is just all kinds of... It doesn't make sense. And the main reason for that is all vehicles will have to be Euro 3 compliant to ride in central London, like the main central part of London. The ULEZ zone is set to expand to the north and south circular roads, which is going to take up a large portion of London, and also it's going to affect the people riding into areas to, say, visit MCM London, the motorcycle show, which is what I went to about about a month ago now. So for me, that charge is £12.50. The average wage in London is £9, an hour. Now let's try and put 2 and 2 together here, right? That is an obsessively high charge for a single day, mind you, to get in and out of a certain area of London. If you're a courier, if you are driving a lorry or something, or you know you need to make a delivery to someone, you're just dropping something off and they live in that area, or you got to go through that area, mind you, you can just go around, you got to whack £12.50 on that. You have to pay that, and if your vehicle isn't compliant with the emissions, that kind of crap. ULEZ, by the way, is ultra low emission zone. Ha 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 ha. It's just so nice out here, and this is one reason I won't ride into London, is because that's on top of all the congestion charges as well. If you don't pay your charge and your vehicle isn't compliant with the regulation, then you get slapped with a £160 fine, which drops down to 80, that's nice of them, if you pay it within 14 days. The largest issue which I have with this is it's not exempt to motorcycles. So Jelly Bean here is fine, but my friend the rhythmic biker who rides an old Phaser, he would have to pay that charge. And if he needs to go in that area, say for university or work or whatever, then guess what? He's paying £12.50 a day just to do what he needs to do in that area if he wants to take his bike. And public transport, it's not great. I mean, I always prefer taking the tubes if I go into London because, well, I like trains, and the tube's about the best option for it. Because I just can't stand buses. I would rather be in a polluted, toxic environment that is the underground rather than sit on a bus, because I just like trains. Really simple as that. Taxis, nope. Been in a couple of taxi rides around London. It's alright, but of course, roads being the roads and traffic being the traffic, the moment you get stuck in that, you are absolutely I want to go down here. You are absolutely charged through the nose for your bloody for your taxi fare, and it's god awful. Come on, all the way, all the way. You can wait. No thank you, no nothing, or at least I didn't see it. Ah, never mind. So the whole thing just to me just doesn't make sense. Motorcycles are very, very small contributing factor to, try and reverse that there, good luck, to pollution as a whole. So we can also filter through traffic, we can get where we want to faster. Ultimately, I suppose there could be less of us on the road, maybe, because there's quite a lot of motorcycles, don't get me wrong. Well, yeah, there would be less, yeah. Yeah, less emissions, less room, get to and from faster. It just, you know, it makes sense. Now, saying that, we have other cities as well. I think it was Nottingham, Southampton, Derby, Leeds, Birmingham. All these other cities are doing the same thing, but they've done their research and they've said no, motorcycles are exempt. Hello, mate. You want to calm your tits there? Motorcycles are exempt from the charge because motorcycles, they're smaller, less emissions, la-di-da, cleaner. Whoop-de-doo. So ultimately, I think, from what the rhythmic bikers told me as well, is the London Mayor or whoever did like an open forum as well. They had bikers and people express their opinions and their issues with the charge in regards to motorcycles as well. Yeah, National Speed Limit Road, but look at the state of it. Jesus. And ultimately it just didn't, the numbers didn't add up, and their explanation didn't really add up either. So effectively what they can walk away with, or what we as riders can walk away with, is, nah, you just go get charged, which, oh, that's fine. But all these other cities which are implementing the change, motorcycles are exempt. Huzzah! So why is it every other city can do it right but London cannot? Well, as I mentioned before, London is just a cesspool of just absolute disappointment, and I loathe the opportunity to ride into London. I honestly do. And another reason why I won't go there specifically is I know it's a small problem at the moment. However, motorcycle gangs run rampant in London, and it might not be as big of an issue as what I'm making it sound to be, or what I make it out to be, because I am slightly biased in my own opinion, as we all are, as we are all entitled to. I would love to ride up there. Private lands, of course. But I don't fancy the idea of a couple of lads jumping me in central London and nabbing Jelly Bean. Now, the chances are they might not want Jelly Bean, and that's great, that's fine. However, it doesn't sort of denounce the fact that that's abandoned, surely. Oh, maybe not. Or is it? I don't know. I don't even know. It doesn't remove the fact that these lads are in that state of mind to go out of their way to steal other people's bikes, to actively take things which don't belong to them, and you know, for some reason they think they have a right to do it. This is beautiful. Wow. Sorry, I'm mesmerised. You're welcome, don't worry about it. You saw me, you stopped, good lad. Oh wow, I've never been here before. I'm sorry, I'm genuinely taken in by this view. I can't even see the horizon because of the weather today. Oh wow. Sorry, I needed this. Oh, this is therapeutic. Ah, wholesome, as all things should be. So I've seen videos, and I've talked to a couple of police officers that are at these motorcycle shows, and they obviously give you the advice and the tips and the safety, the observational tips as well, to notice when lads are acting up, or when they're likely to strike and such like that. And I've seen videos of like some guy just waiting at a set of traffic lights, and you know, teenagers just come across his view from right to left, and one of them just sort of walks up to him. He's like, "You're right, mate," and it's literally just like in his face. The kid just reaches over and tries to take the keys out of the guy's bike. And it's, what state of mind are you in where that is an acceptable move? Oh, I can't even begin to comprehend it. I really cannot, and it angers me to no end. There was I think there was a BBC News report which they were doing about bike gangs, and there happened to be some lad, kind of like what I've got, the neck scarf thing over his mouth and everything, and he went out of his own way to ride up to the BBC News crew. He's like, "Oi, don't film me, bruv." I was like, "But you rode up to the camera, sir. You need to realise you're being a colossal knob right now." It's like, what? What? Oh, I shouldn't have to pay for fuel. Well, don't ride a bike then, you know? I mean, same sort of idea, isn't it? Bloody hell. Oh, I've just done a massive circle, haven't I? Oh, fantastic. Ah. So, yeah, cut a long story short, there we are. Wow. That got interesting pretty quick, didn't it? Just going to turn around here, go back to where we were. So yeah, I mean, I try not to make an effort to park outside shops on the pathway and whatnot these days, because I'd rather just put the bike where it's relatively safe, with a lock, a couple of locks, and just be done with it, really. No prattling about, no possible parking tickets by a warden who doesn't seem to quite know what he's up to. That's not taking out on parking wardens and ticket officers and all that sort of stuff. I know you guys have a bad job as it is. But yeah. Oh man, I'll tell you what, when I was up the city centre one time, I saw some lad, a business guy if you would, and he didn't like the idea of this ticket officer, this warden, giving him the ticket which he was receiving because he hadn't paid for parking. And what happens when you don't pay for parking is you get a ticket, and that's alright for me to say because I'm on a motorcycle. I don't necessarily need to pay for that because, you know, I can park where I like in a sense, like the bike sheds. But he didn't like the idea that he didn't pay the parking fee, but he was getting a ticket, so he started yelling abuse at this ticket warden. I'm just like, but hang on, because this comes back to the same lad that's on the bike. You did something wrong You're being caught out for doing something wrong, and you're actively trying to tackle your problem, which is the fact that you did something wrong, by throwing aggression at it. It doesn't work like that. You can't walk through people. You can't push people over in order to, like, not be in trouble. You screwed up. Everyone screws up. It's human. It's part of nature. Please understand that you screwed up. Please. Because the betterment of humanity is in that understanding and learning from it. But if you're incapable of doing so, you ultimately learn nothing. And we as a whole continue to degrade as a species. And on that note, I think I'm going to leave it there. So, wow, that was an interesting one, wasn't it? Red's going to stop giving you a lecture now. And, well, have yourselves a lovely weekend. Enjoy. And ta for now.